So, have you ever really stopped and wondered what self-made billionaires do differently? It turns out it's often not about what they buy, but about what they absolutely refuse to lend. We're about to dive into a core financial principle they all seem to live by, a rule about 3 specific things you should never, ever let out of your control.
All right, here's a wild thought for you. What if the fastest way to stay broke is being generous? I know, it sounds completely backward, right? But it points to a crucial truth. The real danger to your wealth isn't always what you spend, it's what you lend.
You know how it goes. It all starts with a simple text from a friend. That little notification pops up. You want to be helpful, of course, so you say yes. Seems harmless, right?
Or maybe it's this one from a family member. I mean, your car's just sitting there. What could possibly go wrong in just a couple of hours?
And then there's the classic. It feels awkward to say no, so you do it. But each of these small, seemingly innocent favors, they create what you could call quiet financial leakage. It's this slow, silent drain on your resources that is way more damaging than you think. Okay, so here's where the mindset completely shifts. For the ultra-wealthy, this has nothing to do with being kind versus being selfish. They look at lending through a totally different lens, one that's colder, way more logical, and focused entirely on one thing: risk.
Look at this definition. This nails their perspective perfectly. Lending is a transfer of risk without a transfer of control. Let that sink in for a second. You take on all the potential downsides, the person not paying you back, the damage, the delays, while handing over all the control. In their world, that is a fundamentally broken equation. It's a deal no sane person would ever take.
So let's break down the first rule. Guard your cash. Now, most of us see lending a friend $20 or even $100 as just a harmless gesture. But if you think like a systems engineer, it's actually a huge mistake that introduces instability into your entire financial life. This quote right here gets to the heart of it. Money you've lent out isn't just sitting there waiting to come back. It's not neutral. It creates this cloud of uncertainty. And that uncertainty acts like a drag on your financial momentum. Your cash isn't working for you anymore. It's a weight, literally holding you back from seizing your own opportunities.
Let's get real about the hidden costs here. First off, it messes up your own cash flow. I mean, your bills don't pause just because you lent someone money. Second, it creates this mental drain. Suddenly you have to track it, you have to wait for it, you might even have to ask for it back. And third, speaking of asking, it puts your relationships at risk. Nothing, and I mean nothing, makes things more awkward than chasing a friend for money they owe you. And finally, it just kills your liquidity, tying up the very funds you might need for a real emergency or a great opportunity that pops up out of nowhere.
Now let's build on that with a second rule: protect your tools. And listen, we're not just talking about cash anymore. This is about your high-value assets, your car, your laptop, any equipment you rely on. These aren't just things. They are literally extensions of your ability to earn and be efficient.
This idea is so key. While most people think, I'm not using it right now, a billionaire thinks in systems. A productive asset, like your car, is a gear in their machine. Lending it out is like taking a hammer to that machine. You're basically introducing a point of failure into your own system on purpose.
And the costs here, they go way beyond just the risk of a new scratch or a dent. When you lend your car, your schedule is no longer your own. All of a sudden, you're dependent on someone else's timeline, which reduces your own mobility and flexibility. This is exactly what we mean by a drag on your system. It's silently chipping away at your efficiency and ultimately your potential to earn. And this brings us to the third, and honestly, the most dangerous rule, because it's the one most people don't see coming. This is about securing your identity. And no, I'm not talking about your driver's license. I'm talking about your financial identity, your credit, your reputation, your name. This is where the stakes get incredibly high. Just like the quote says, you can always earn money back. A car can be fixed, but your financial trust, your credit score, your good name with banks, that can take years, sometimes even a decade to rebuild. One mistake here can literally block you from buying a house, getting a car loan, or even just passing a background check for a job. Just think about what co-signing a loan really is. You are legally tying your entire financial future to someone else's discipline. If they miss one single payment, it's your credit score that takes the hit. It's what we call silent liability sharing. You've taken on 100% of their risk with absolutely none of the control. It's the ultimate broken equation.
Okay, this pipeline is the perfect way to visualize your financial life. Your income flows in, and ideally it flows right towards your goals. But look at step 2. Every uncontrolled loan, every time you lend cash, a car, or your credit, it's like punching a hole in that pipe. And over time, all those little leaks add up, draining your resources and making sure that less and less of your hard work actually gets where it's supposed to go.
So what do? Well, the solution isn't about becoming this cold, heartless person who just says no to everybody. It's about shifting from emotional, in-the-moment decisions to having a predefined system. It's about building a set of personal financial rules that protect you before the request even shows up. So let's look at what that system actually looks like. Instead of lending money you expect back, maybe you gift a smaller amount you can truly afford to never see again. Instead of just handing over your car keys, you offer to drive them yourself or maybe help them find a cheap rental. And instead of co-signing a loan and risking everything, you offer to sit down and help them build a budget so they can build their own credit. See? This is how you help without taking on all their risk.
All right, let's bring this all together, because this is so much more than just a financial strategy. The true cost of saying yes when you know you should say no goes way beyond money. It touches on something much, much more fundamental about who you are.
And here it is. This is the most important insight of all. The real damage isn't what happens out there, it's what happens in here. Like this quote says, when you lend things that should be protected, you send a powerful message to yourself. My resources are negotiable. You're basically telling yourself that your own goals, your own boundaries, they come second.
So, I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. And I want you to think beyond just your money. Think about your time, your focus, your energy. Are you constantly borrowing from your own future to fund someone else's present? Because true financial freedom, it doesn't just start with earning more. It begins the moment you decide to protect what you already have.